Banko musolo, Gambia musolo, alma ale al sutura, alba doko minna, alla bata alma ale akali kairati. Atollo musolti, mini alonko, alka wulu alka fatu molto. alka dingol to koma yuka mo soto be min no minnam wayna woy mbalu nimbaranye bakomolo wayna woye ba woy sura e mam so alamale so bakomolo wayna woye ba woy sura e mam so alamale so yelolu man soto jiyolu man soto alwala le altesidi gambia musu tendolu alna gambia bonde nalu animbara dolalu gambia musolu nyone ne banda dunia konole alto mamaru ngol la ka fanyi tingol to albar musul la ka fanyi tingol to aldol la ka fanyi tingol to Ali Gambia bondi di kokono babe bana potolala balul masone abanko kamusolu alnimbara
Digital FM der sara bekama kala mo ganduda ada wada business ayeyat wala ka sodallo yetto Home Digital FM min balla on jeyon business aji mundi minen on dañani ko wayno radio talk show ngaron Home Digital FM njodo don jewdi don e yimbe be kala non ono business aji mundi jaari so jidi advertisement minen onin badana e kala ko ganduda don jidi halan jama'o den gande ko media o jogi fof den ar Home Digital FM kala na client be mabe hodo gonda hono be badata hambe baama yotto through Home Digital FM continue business aji mundi min jeena ondi e ko yaabi saydi hebde ko laabi wodu call S7343125 wala 2005770 6201413 7668394 Home Digital FM njottode don business aji mon di jaha yeso
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين wari ngol ngali konton ngali bismillah na programme to ALSAMAA nal badima lamin konate dole mul nan bi fanan kana kali be kilin sama anna la dimbal be albe dunya fanna to ngali konton bunyani hormone fama jiyo kono assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh ngalon dol dunya dol bi fanna dol bi je hanska be sutole kono wol ma wuli folo wala be somonda juno loto yo bari ngal na fanna dunya dol bi je wol sa kam ndak wol man tal somonda ko ne tribunal kono dunya la woto drong o bi mu alala kawa quality desan damma na sinkeno yin ko min beke ake mole dunia kono bari a telephone be nyimbe marale atela da fam min bet ha anyin dunia landi molye na watol de klindi min dunia fanan kono ni na hajibe ko lu mili be dundu nyoko min dunia kono kullo banke ke min loy mam mellon mili be no konto mili be banke oto bari bin kiral dol fangal to mialan ko hadema ding hanimbe bitilo mento hadema ding man foto right wa ka ko hanim bita for space bita for Mars bita for all the planets lafta katla ka kiskiroke kata foto lalto dal mialan ko they want to discover to abol bel sirne al hawal nasara be sirne pour ka found data sophisticated equipment mialan ko wolu camera ko nun to nga lom korol je bari bi kulle be kere mil tam fata a semben tuyata ka tambi lom korol fawte woli man futa no dami human activity fa man futa minan futa no dami wol be ko wol mil kono wol be al halo mil to hanbe bi min to da fa do fal be kering non hanama de man namina min janyal ibe maburum lalto be fana be kula ibe lalato tare be lalato ala ka ko desa ñim fangol bebe larende ñim fangol bebe ñamala ibe balu ñal ke kan ñala mi alon ko desa alhamdulillah mbellam moy kan programme do la lundo BBC Radio 4 ebe ba fankol fo kan ñing atudum comme the wonders of science and technology then ebe kumulo fo kan mi alon ko is to do with kanyim min di molla atudum ni mare ni fenga ni cibito ye muta wala fendo ye muta atudum go waran kono e kany injection di mo e kany injection min di la pour ka infection o tala to tackle infection o atol waran kono bio something bio almako imanya ni infection o soto e ke penko wala ka boro kes ma dile ka fo ya men what will be this injection dila there is antibiotic thank you very much wala famu ma foka na bio bari amanam kono antibiotic thank you ebe antibiotic la kumola foka ni antibiotic la fang dolbi e ka bona ni fonkole kono ni ni bakono ni fangol mialon ka foye ko imaje ni tara balkono lalto e ka do faran to fanan budan kono allo bi mo lam nabe kere nabi ñol ka balu wala bakele ñol ka la murmurun na la u balkono sometimes in the ozone ke taraje ni fam ka bana wolto ni antibiotics fam ka bana wolto adamo amazing so mbe min fo kan tan desana ala la kawa ko lum beti dol bebe daw dunya daw dan ding ya ni ne beji be fanan ni fam min bebe laaren ni fam min bebe dunding ni fam min bebe panta dol be dundin lalto dol bu hol kono dol le balu la be mu hol kono dol le balu la be mu ne kono sumayale kono wol ndel be kumbola sumala dol bije wol ni man sumaya manke wol baka balu no dol bije ni sumaya dun del no ka faale ko sumaya bi kuma sumaya na dun dan tol dol la don awdi billahi yo bal fang dol bije wol no man sumaya soto baka balu no ngala duniyaje jumalasi ni keno hani ite mari man la fenna bare hani ite man la fenna ite ibe al halo men de be suwol min kono walla ibe dinkirado suto du tala du kare fundi bang ita su ko molto ye yayi de man de ye boy ila su fan kono de ita just ye close me hani man ta wulo kono bare ita su ko molto ye lammoy kenne ke kamunne moy e kamulle fananje hani wudla do fa be mun je kan suto la nyawnyande bare be mun je kan ndasana o be mu kawa ko let ye mira ni famel be kuma kan fa be ko kunul la tuba wutala kunul la tuba fa be kala mun neto fe ka da fon do le fanam moy ba e ke mira ni bela ni bebe al hal nyaadi la to ite be al hal mun to ite be loro la men ye fa yirika ni te bodo woto e bita dunne la mulo kono jila fana moy tala habitat je ta sumano la fais ay la tambi because ite balo la wara but je fana ta kandilo je fana fai warm because baro la temperature be nyami loud we have to maintain the ning fen trata water drum aka kula di mol na konde kandita ba he akandita bakele na sumata he bara sumata bakele so ndul be temal lesa ala yindim tolla da fen dol bi jamo dol do mo di wala wol ay be sumala drum ata kandinola dol bi dum fana be kandila drum ata sumanola because wol fal ni balo ma ni bloquer dul kandir ne drum dunia fede but dawdan de ayela lodula dila ni wol da fal ngenta balula in the tropics le ake samba in the tropics wala na fang da fang dol bi wol de can only be found in tropics way mu ne fana dum tolla wala mu nemot wala mun te wala africa Africa, we are blessed because we are tropical. We are tropical, and that tropical thing is to do with what we talk. The majama tilo. O tilo nying. Allahu Akbar. Uda mandama fa Africa bondile. Tilo uda mandama umu Africa nemol te nema kuntu julu. Nema kuntu julu kafa noma kuntu julu noma kuntu balo. Ha. Ajulo nyinte kuntu la. Abada. But afronto lefanambolo how we maintain that, how we look after our sustainable endowments. I mean, their blessing and their development, their development opportunities for us. What are we doing about them? Even young, into our young, you have solar energy. But there are certain places they have solar energy. Until we can Africa we can have that in abundance. Forget about all these fossil energy or general control thing. We Nico clean energy or renewable energy. Africa is so blessed, but we can do that. So even if green economy and all that, and there is a lot of market for it, and there is a lot of opportunity, employment and investment opportunity for that green market, for that green economy. Green because economy is smart because they want to control the emission. Because that emission is mostly coming from this oil, fossil fuel, and and this conventional way of fueling our logistics, our transportation network. So rather than saying we are now moving into electric cars to control that emission. Because we emission on problem create can dunia konotare. Because the scientists only bafoka molie ye data la kafu nyoma ye research me ko very very detailed. We research me e joran bele dunda kono. Kabo weda ngamin for the last time nyaje what tabira non fo dumoto ya weda start ka weda focus nyame anim bi weda ka focus nyame. Technology min dundo kono sai is so sophisticated, is so advanced. Almost nearly is nearly very precise. Every weather forecast is almost like the bang on. But nundo, it wasn't like that. It was based on the probability. But now over time, we data will computer program you'll be logarithms and everything. Me and go be wole be fanambe dunia ku jama sambaka wala dund hani AI fanan technology nata ko tekke o fanambe dunia sambaka another level le desan nyim bebe ke kan pour que opportunity to develop new models, new economic models, new opportunities for prosperity for the citizens of that country. So dunia fele molie dunia fele bankolie milelongo lo nyaton kolo lo do ku nyolu yenyum belon dunia kono and ebe hammo bela a vision to go and grab these opportunities for the prosperity of their citizens. So ntol manya na being kumbo ko electricity man soto e ñu kar la kundo and not more so fun. It can be a very cheap, it can provide cheaper energy for our people, for our businesses. It's going to be a one big investment, a big one, but solar mean, my friend. Along market benyame, sometimes you come in a private partnership. You need to empower private sector. You need to do some outsourcing. If the government doesn't have the capacity and the technicality, or perhaps maybe they may not even be able to source those sophisticated equipment in ways me along code but near atre ko ya di contract ko nat ne lon de me along ko. But even I want to believe ko so that certain things maybe nationalized, right? You need to also invite some private for a consultation to make sure that you can Gambia Bay to sit a new more expert kabo in national expert and international expert. You draw a footprint, sorry, a map. Kajako Gambia, national grid development into a very sustainable, a very efficient way of generating energy for businesses, for homes, for home consumers, for business consumers. Solar energy. Solar is number one. But now we are leaving it like that. Every time you can hurry to come and bring your solar installation of blah, everything need to go more organized. Some regulation of dundije. Akamoneke akatingaro la nafna. Hani more be aljibe water supply fanan. New water supply melongo fana is another problem in this day and age. They are using this conventional either pump wala sate kolon wala pump it should go further. Some people are now even going bohol loyal at so for now proliferation of bohol it affects our water table. So all these things, there should be regulation, there should be way of, but provide new solution on manna. Then people don't have choice. People go into their own ways, their own survival techniques. It's all about survival. For more to survive, people cannot be sitting without no water. Without any water. People cannot be sitting in their homes without water. So for more balu, choice man people will go and find choice. This is why in Kenya for development is all about choice, creating that choice for people, give people the choice. But our choice, it should be monitored, it should be regulated. It will continue to make sure that people are protected, people are not exploited. But mashallah, I'm just talking about the wonders of ki alala baro alala kito alala daro dunia fanna dunia linga dunia bita kan nyamen de sha alay nemo min din tolla sako Africa yeah Africa dam mo powerlity mi alongo it can change world geopolitical let me put it this way. Ni atara ko Africano lu man bukanyo sing saba. Right? Ngake kilenti. Amanga coming ka nteleba falo ntele coming mfisamante ya quality. No. Because yaje hani international system. How many blocks will be tari? Or blocks will be the is about sometimes back. It's about identity. Identity not a jelly. Yes, these are the emerging economies. They want to come together to protect that prosperity for their citizens and also the opportunities that have been availed to them and how they're exploiting those opportunities. We call them the emerging markets. So they come together, they form a block, economic block. And you have the tigers, you come from the five tiger or the economic tigers also, they're also forming a block. Right? G8 be kumana janna, G7 be kumana janna, Nimbe kumana janna, Western, Europe, Funko, whatever, all this Nina Fanang, Asia Fanang cool. So blocks will be carrying it banna in economics and socio and politics. Because Nina ECOWAS Fanang Jibe, ECOWAS is socio-economic political union for the region. It's a regional bloc. For what? Nina ECOWAS la protocol BGB. Free movement on the BG in the man Nina BGB because in the killing of that element of identity. At level to the killing or to the killing identity. You identify yourself, you are neighbors to one another. So to allow citizens to have free movement is another thing. So in baby call economy for country. So African the bigger picture here, AU, for example, this AU, African Union. Well, Kabila loan inside tema. Yes, they have African Development Bank, they have other stuff, but Nina Hajibe, the rigidity, this resilience, and speaking one voice, and also to project that power in the international system. Wallahi, in Africa, they can dictate so many things around the world. Listen. Because the economic blessing and the prosperity either in the rightful way, or we are squandering it for our own personal gains, leaving African citizens in abject and wallowing in poverty. That is not translated into prosperity for African, citizens. So we are also, out of that, we are creating that divide where we have so many unhappy citizens in Africa because the share, the wealthy, the prosperity, everything is not trickling down. People are getting frustrated because most of in fact, sometimes some of these things, some of these colonial fungal, they are still, they have a footprint, they are modeling in our internal affairs. They are creating that divide between you and them, your citizens. Well, when they have their colonial interests in what is happening in that country. From France, former French colonists, and what they're demanding. And what they see them as stooges, they have been empowered by the colonialists to protect colonial interests in those countries. So in a nutshell, they said, "Ale opportunity mean dun polla sako Gambia, Africa fokan, but the context here is Gambia. But the wider interest will be Gambia in a very successful African Union, in a very successful African bloc. Mialonko, together we can do wonders. Ya fujanne, muldo na tajana fujanne kamera fenke ya fujanne to do what's his name again? Gaddafi. But it's one thing to call for or to have a vision for your citizen, but it's another thing. What are you doing to allow to ensure that you encourage freedom in your own country? You allow people to have the say, to have the choice. So, that's the Gaddafi model, Nina governance model. In development studies, they call it developmental states. Developmental states are states, the states want to provide everything for the citizens, right? Not giving them much choice, but to see the state giving them everything in return for loyalty, in exchange for loyalty. And sometimes they want to instill one-party states in those countries, in those states, because they believe that they are the only capable, political class that can provide, that can safeguard the interest and security for those citizens. And by doing so, they go extra. Even try to provide certain things, free this, or free school, or free that. Just free. So development is about choice, it's about freedom. Free, they are not developed. People have to be free to be developed, to enjoy that development. You can give them everything, but if you don't make them free, because if we are born free, we are born human, and humanity is freedom. Humanity is about choice. Humanity is about dignity. No more you lose strong, they become subhuman. They are no longer Control mantra natal mi ko albe newsol jibe this new mainstream newsol jibe kan watembe mimbe keri Middle East mimbe keri Gaza mol min be bombard ke be ko be ke e ko man kan nyande de kam ko man foy e be ko man kan mun tolle la ol be mu kulete mi ko aka hadma ya aka tinyande hana tiri fisi muneke hana tiri bolo kan ni kuma be kuma to kuma fu moto ikele bolo tinyande hadma de dignity de nyinenka he demand dignity in fact amanke comedian it's like a, you know it's like a come in beg or negotiate no it's they demand it. It's non-negotiable. You have to for more free. Freedom is non-negotiable. More what you are born free, you born human. It is all human rights you enjoy them. All right? Unimpeded, unfringed. So nyine mu kote melanko aka dasabake na nyaton ko la kote sa mena ko okay Gaddafi model was one thing Libya, how Libya or Gaddafi was ruling his people, right? But if you go across, you look at other states, you call them developmental states. How they end up being? They end up in ruins. Ni na ro be jibe abe mo monete wala nenkanya fo ni ka mol ni mol dete ni mol togne ni mol suppress ni mol e ka mol bo mo e ka mol bondi nyoto e mol bondi nyoto e ka mbo nyoto e manke clienti itela kumo ela ka kebaro e ka fatan fanzo di jele e dole ke ninti e dole ke nyenti e ka dole kuma nyin tolla e ka dole kuma nyin tolla ha so nyine mu kote melango hakil tuba but coming back again the opportunities we have Gambia nyina jibe benyi solo min foka ngani folo nonko we duniatulo mento any country banku if they are lagging, if they are struggling to give sustainable energy or to generate sustainable energy for the industrial and commerce or whatever use, both home or in the industry. None more sustainable. You cannot compete. Dunia bal dandan. Banko. Nanema investment okay, right investment okay. Allah transport network. Ningo transport network. Here we are looking about the food chains. You know, the supply chains. Right? With supply chaining, we need good road networks or good infrastructures in place to provide those logistics, to connect the logistics to the easy flow of traffic, the flow of movement, goods in and out of the country. The logistics, we need to invest heavily in that, in terms of our ports, in the airport lumber, in the seaport lumber. All these areas are very critical to our competition, very critical to our economic prosperity, very critical to the success, the economic success, the economic growth of that country, the development opportunities for that country. But in the area that I'm going to develop, if I am more fun, but then we need to go now for internet, because dunia for that tilomia at a baila is part and parcel of our way of life. We need to have a good internet network, and that is affordable. I want to make for affordable network, affordable internet and broadband to support our businesses, to support our economic models, to support talents, growing talents, creative industry. These are things I've been saying. You see people, there this proliferation of online media. You see, they're exposing talents in the Gambia. But it can go further than that. People will get themselves self-employed out of the opportunity they can create out of internet. So, but if they can make it affordable, not to give it to people, they come and exploit us. Some of these sectors need to be regulated. Is for the sole benefit of citizens to benefit themselves from regulate to protect the citizen from being exploited by greedy business, unscrupulous business elites. Dawoda damin ko molde be consumer so we need to be protected. Gambia dingol nyanta to be protected. Of course, we need people to come and give us choice, to come and give us services and products for us to buy those services and products. But we should be protected. We cannot be exploited. We cannot be living at the mercy of those business elites trying to exploit every penny and over to at our detriment to amass their wealth, amass their profits, and in return doing nothing and not even paying fair amount of tax in our country. Alma ala soda le kila barko. Ba dunia fele de be dunia tulo mento luwolun alinga jibere ko cross roke. Ndonyanta tara mu level to buy now. Netre ko mantar nyo sabala. Netre ko mantar nyo nakarola. Netre mantar nyo sisabala. Netre mantar nyo konantele. Citizenship. What citizenship? What is citizenship? Set of values. Miananko they bind us together. Ko mambo mo kana bo moto kana nyobo kana mo bondi nyoto. Sakuna mara lali yaje ko mbemo kilenati. They live by example. Akaliol leke Quran le kali Bible le kali ko ben bitilina ndamante me yen samban ndamalo. Nga kilenti. Nyimbe bi jela. Je. Obe kola. Hanbe bimento. Those sort of values, they are becoming scarce in this day and age. Gambe dum damal be ñoo konantele be ñoo nen ibe ñoo kelela. Kelo do bi jew jawata ba kede. Kelo do bi jew wala fa jawata kidi jaw kidi fa jelo kelo. Ñun sonno mo konante kelo is very very bad. Wala na mole manyina molu marala mi yalan koy konante asoto moli. Mole manyina molu marala mi yalan koy konante asoto ñom hadama dingo saka ñom banko dingo. Ikolo munata amanya aman kutol to ka munafo. Konante adi amodo bi fa niya for should be indicted for that. But ñaton ko be lola mol ñaton do be kuma fo be be ndamal sukun sekele ñola. Konante akumol. Ibe mol dol kumande ibe modol lebel ko modol lebe kumande be kuma jawal fo lewol ma ete control be mclinet ete control ni benyata kele naltara lota mu dune bene ko unity be kenola nyaadi le ni te fana man tre mol unity kan ila diamo to ni la actionol to so badiolo ani nga nyin ko le jibe rena gambe tewlo kulle keta nyum bankon kan ni min e fambula molu bulu mi ko ye mol fel kili yam fel fula yam sama sama wala muru kan ne ko kan tolle preach unity la wala man tolle unite no because mu nekata e dol biye fan kay commande ngelalal wala fana le mbatan ni bankon kam bak commande ngelalal mu monata commande ngelo ke ye muta ye fe ibe mudala be kumol fole be fe le be ibe suksukula bon dol kan ibe kam fan kan dol kan ye sukude foy tadati e sindi blakino ni be tenne ni keta tenne ni be tenne ye kam fande wol ka wol mam fenke naman ke wol ka kelo do nake pour que kamol bondi bata ko ye kam fande wol kan ite da fundo don yaaji be ko mo fole pour ye kuma fole pour que kam fande mo ka kuma fo ke doya ke jutune asamba wol kan do society ko alt control be intel be kilende atol ko what is citizenship ñinam citizenship nga ñoo suute kon tolle ma kilenti we have to recognize each other's strength and values ngo banku di yata nga bambande nga londe nga ñoo sembento kan to ñaka nga hina ñoy nga bala fa ñoy ni nga ñoo je nga kidi ñoo kan ngalon ko nga ñoo kanule gambia mo sate kilenti billahi anyum banko mi yanon ko fela sonata kamara banko sonata banko mi ko dinu ka yamfa isi ni ku jawo bekela wata kun di bina de kule ko ya nga yamfa fo maji jam sana sabal ni na jan sana sabal ko le milika yum banko ka ani nga nyoni ka do sana sabal ko le milika yum banko ka ye ku jawo min ka yum banko ka je wala na ta jamul ka ko ani nga yamfa abe diam ka ani nga yam fam Edward Singata e ko jawol men kany banku ube kola inata kasamba ka promote kasamba dula to mialan ko do ku bunda do fana mina eko ba niga Gambia minga ke Gambia fo nga mola so mialan ko ay ni hino min so kaje ko molu ila struggle ya understand aje mbanyum fala ja ayina manyina ndem ni mi yaay nakku moy la man yaake kudoti o mina pronomoti bande ba fo kambinna ni Allah taala tema meto nyala fo mba fo la ko teke ngani fo la ngam before Gambia mo ni lafta bangam me marla successfully you have to understand the people struggle muna mo people struggled jankoning jankoning ku corruption ning ku jamale tinimbanda ning ku me mol toranyum bankunka foy mari got sato to confront it and to tonya sabatindi ana kekela ke selective justice e mari be luwale bobula luwale noma luwae tama anyanda tama nyawe because ni luwa tama itete o man ketete itebe mengolo ye kali minne ko de la mar lokono luwa be tama la luwa bulay tama kana interfere with that luwa bulay tama bar luwa juma fana be tama la wala luwa kendol to minalon ko ka sobe ana nan gambe bankoka ka tilimbale bay gambe bankoka ka jenko bay gambe bankoka o luwa le be tama la o luwa don't interfere don't come in the way abula mi fana bo luwa tama de vet ko mo kenolo mo sobe wala mo ti mo minalon ko isilata ka tonyindiroke menga mo tonyandira di man history so ka kafu tilimbal yalla lal tari fo nga mo vet enhance vetting ni mo fo na man Gambia chosano long e man Gambia fan long itani banku marona successful fo ni banku mol soute ni ko chosano wala me be banku mol soute la banko dengol ye soute la struggle understand and you know what they stand for and you know what they want. You cannot. If because if you don't believe in something, you will believe in nothing. Ike also fall another ike swear. Not na ye sindi ye kumol fande kun kono. Ye na ye mol surande kun na menon ko fana be e la mandela ye wala yesilo bula. Yesilo e besilo bula la nyande lola mol la struggle people Gambia di la struggle. Imari Bukana will feel no koteke. You become disconnected with the suffering masses of the Gambian people. Gambia be Jumale be bataka no do walu. Jumale will to senalalu. Ali senalalu empower. Ali you mean alawanse be jama bi ale be buruka. Ali be do seno kono nga seno bombandi. Gambia konkoy ba Gambia bankoka. Ali be banko be kala nyam. But no eleftan kele fukarolet. Eleftan kele jong eleftan joyandilal. Because ni mo batata e ka ko bele keno ay problem instead of empowering us they are disempowering us they disempowering us instead of empowering us instead of allowing that development model to come and empower every citizen to make sure that every citizen can realize their full potential we have a youthful population. It's a blessing for Gambia. It's a big opportunity for Gambia. We can turn this into something else for the prosperity of that country. Ngo, jam bijiba, football be Gambia nyade be. Almost, you can't understand. Still na struggle kam. Senegal ko tadam dami fan Gambia fan ko fraud. Na talents population of Geneva. The amount of talented Gambian youths, tourism market. You see there, ibe carving sol minkeka, ibe wood carving sol, ibe cool minkeka, out of creativity. What the talents you can see in the tourist sector, that man, we cannot even sell a Gambia tourism model to outsiders because the revenue that is coming from tourism is another thing, but almost is dead. Either they are refusing to do their work or they don't have clothes. But the amount of opportunity, you have multi-billion dollars or multi-billion dollar or multi-million dollar investment opportunity in tourism and culture.
parentol aintel Gambia be stina we stagnant Gambia min alti Gambia do ta nyamal as min keno banku dol fan jama ta keno la yes intele ngafo because the opportunity in the tourism and culture is so amazing. But look at China. Senegal if I went to dance and need to record some of these things. So some tourists they are going to Senegal instead of coming to Gambia. Well, if they Gambia don't pay with Senegal. They are spending their money in Senegal. They are growing the Senegal economy. So bango ka kilia la fonga kilia nyoe. Na ne boso le mo bare fonga kilia wa dol bije ni to dum kino dal ha. Bare mo fana mun na bango na lafta mo be ka fo baro le tim teme ka lafta ya sambe ya. Banku dinkendo banku dinkele kala ya saba ya skufu ya sambe ya. Ha. Senegal fana mbe minge kan mo table la because if an bol that's what is expected of them. Ibe kuku de ya fufu ya samba Senegal. Bare fon fana nga fufu nga nata ya. Ngeje ko Gambia kule keta. Ngeje ko Gambia ndunda kule kono. It's a struggle. Niko Gambia kule keta Gambia. Kule be mune Gambia natna. It's our collective struggle. That identity. Okay? That collectivism call. Ntole dunda ntole ko kujamaki. Tonyale ntole ni Senegal. Ntole mo kilo na mtolte. Iten no Senegal fatano. Fatam fanzo. No, there is no fatam fanzo there. Well, min fatam fanzo min bije wala the different min bije wala there are two different sovereign states. And sovereignty for every country you need to respect Banco is a sovereign country, it's a sovereign state. At the time of Bulukono, at the time of Banco Bulukono. No Kobe veteran van the Bulukono. Now we have to work together as Gambians, to struggle together as Gambians, for survival, to collect together as Gambians, and to succeed together as Gambians. So because of Gambia mo struggle, kule keta Gambanko kam. Nundo kule kilo bi kudo kono kilo le keta non ma fa kilo be kilo do kili fa kilo do par kilo le kilo abe be kafo par nakaro le keta dole ka ku dol be ki ka ta kala bara keta we all went together that we went through that struggle to banko lande ka me Gambe banko Allah akbar almala sona nimbe bari wolo bi man la fi kamé la fa mena wala nga la no yela rek lafta dunna kolle kono comme munatina bina ku jama bija aben toraka because munekata nganna yaltuje nganna aroltuje nganna ku jama bija ngebi yemina mi tol define as Gambia mi tol la ku jama bija ki nyabo kuti katambe banku jama dunia ko kato si ku dole ku jama bija ta ati sarul la Gambia sa tar Gambia dam manna Gambia de on la mu daria Gambia don la ku duma bija kasse Gambia ba muna na wasu da Gambia desa silaba ikamle kan de ma silole silaba ngana silo blala o silo blala nyaadi le bi la fa no wala kacala no bari ta mo fele ndunda ku jamal ko no way kacati and divert mandi bari sometimes it's important that as Gambian citizens in your mind time is wasting. Time is not on our side. We are in a sorry state of affairs. There are a lot of opportunities for Gambia. Gambia shouldn't be in this state. It's not coincidence. It's all about policy failures. It's about so many things. They're not adding up. You know, and they are going after them, calling them names. Either they don't have clues or they don't want to do it, or they don't even know, they don't have the capacity and the efficiency to do it. But Gambia should succeed. Gambia has a lot to offer to the world. banku na mu ninga traka ko ke sawda la kaydo baje banku jamala sonda gambia ma e gambia banku jamala gambia respect ku jamala ninga komandiro ke mol si danko ninga ku jamala ke mol because gambia nun do mimbe ke ando han kabi wo culture wo value nyimbi jelde bara be security o security because mo jamal be kamfare nin kamfa bota molto yaji be ko ni molye fansoto ni molye famara you can see the changes aji mo lafte famara lay ko atakela. What is happening with the councils now? Mol ko laftan famara la laftan na kole kena tay ngam na soto mara la ngam na kole kena ikata kela kat wala ma ni nakaro ni ngura be wala ma ba balanden so ali nga cross roke kende ko mun be kere mun be mun tilel sif ala kono number to call 00 I will take 1 or 2 calls and I'll go 77 0044 777 1676 759 0044 777 1676 759 what number email of Mandro Kra sign thing at mela back and bita because no bora kan blabla kanto number yung friend menga ki jang okay 0044 777 1676 759 ngal be konto ngal be sama ngal be tentu ngal be jay ngal nimbara la baraka kan be dinga la baraka pesa be futala jele soldabo isama la minsat e fanan sama buba sama de ngal be sama Omar Fati inimbara bagi sama ina dimbal be France Banko kan ngal be konto soirée Bukari Surahata Fati antibiotic wala fam ngani wodo you struggle to remember this word ba kan bio but bio nying malam ba sa malam ya antibiotic lam so jado slam ni konton la baraka ba antibiotic yeah fantastic jalan kente wana ngajle falle ko atul mi bi atelle fankan tul karandi jam milika na ka jiberoge milika contribution ke nde al ni mbodo yang kana si ngani fo ngol fanal be sometimes be diamola mboka nga commencé lol read bari mboka be read no so after ma lo man kana jibe fo be lol be jibe no wala baraka bake sol cham ni fanan sama African Union thank you very much what's their duties African Union bari wolo e kabi fo mo le wolo ndi African Charter benga ke clienti na unity na security and a lot of free movement on but for the Gambia for the Africa be kujamal bije mi alon ko man taka nyama so but the amos yata back but sometimes any union and any summit bije sometimes unless we have a new breed of African leadership to understand the urgency of our time kajiko why we need to come together and I don't know for Africa for nene fambe unite no lebam because kujamala fana mbem yalo ni moli ya lonko you have a big opportunity you have a big power kule bale bulu mi an ko atul fala mammi understand nalima mi mbem bulu ninga long otembo mbambe nyo mba appreciate la ngam nyo mun lo ngakin because ni ndele keda kilinde wallahi dunia kono nji kujamala we can have a leverage hey sometimes kudol bije nyaje successful economy ngoy Africa mo because ngamine fo mine mena keka in fact start telephone wala mnyende ko nyim mol min bebe ke they want to trade in Africa they want to have trade in Africa they want African opportunity they want to have opportunity to trade with Africans salam alaikum badi so let's understand that hello
dio mi ma ko ido mani
okay ito dima
Abubakar, I'm calling from England, from the southwest of England.
Thank you very much, Abubakar.
My brother, you see, among, let me speak the local language. Among Gambia, but you see, the African continent, the whole continent, we have a moral problem, my brother.
Thank you.
Yes, there is a moral problem. He's only 12 years old. I was just discussing this African politics with her, and then I explained to her about all these awards that we give to our leaders, and while other the people that voted for them are still suffering, and Tunisia is getting beaten. And what her answer was? She said to me that, but how is that gonna work? When is change gonna come? If that's the routine, this continuous routine. Maybe when you guys grow up, maybe then you might be able to do something.
Yes.
Because we love the love for country. And young love for country.
Citizenship.
You know what I mean? You mean to say, ya domo, ya fa isi loko. Isi dingo pa wale ka po eko dani titi to. Because this is the currently the law for country. My brother, you mentioned Palestine. Look what happened. What's happening in Palestine? Do you think we told Gambia and all the asylum deserve more than Palestinian and all that? Let's be honest to ourselves. Huh? If you, I'm just to do it for God. Gambia no yellow. Limbe hekam Palestine Palestine dingo yellow. If asylum do that demand as an official, that's why for the sake of God. Where are you going to get it? Then when have you ever traveled in your travels, my brother, and you met one Palestinian person in this West? When? Can you name it? Kan pour ye moje pa mo mi Palestinian no ye jang abe tabambalu la ba asylum receive la karam adu more this up more than these Palestinian people, my brother, but they are staying put for the love of country. You see this amount of youth living in the continent, my brother, is working very well for these bad leaders, because you know what? It will decrease confrontation to zero, because it's the youth that are able to confront these people. And if the youth have gave up the continent already, these people are happy, because there will be no zero confrontation between them and the public. Language in somewhere else, but not in the country. I'm not even just Gambia, but the whole African continent. And there's one more thing. My brother, let's remind ourselves that killing of the family, we will all die. When we, the new father, Dalasi, Kapo la Kodo, Ite water, Iko, ila muso anna ani wo badi ngol min tiga rest kan ya wol se fano you don't care African legal law
aparaka ba ngodo fananta yeah okay thank you assalamu alaikum badi
alaikum salam lamino
nam samate
Isama Abubakar Samate
yeah menyadi
Spain Barcelona miya
very good
so manda be
alhamdulillah
Gambe la moy kan la min baraka bake no alama ale ni jo kila holo moto
alhamdulillah
la mini ngaay bi so manda no wala ye julo jël bala julo même fo pele way nya ci lo bonne la billahi wallahi mbe la ren ko bita programme wala moy kan di start ba ye jël bala julo pele rek nya ji ko tan
wallahi
amanke kora kuma kan wala dia wala ya tin ko nya je ko tan
fada fi ko minke
jalbe impile la wato menna waran tolbe ndol mo be kuliya kay no bari da kala mutaroto na banko la alhalo be nyame molla alhalo be nyame molla on be nyame anim bi men ko no ñinen ko bonde wallahi billahi ane nkumbota falla ba nka suppe patan kan jafita wallahi billahi
wallahi
atalante fo yes lamin na banko même Gambia woti nyatal de mala ala ben de mala mate menna ay fisa da bari na banko woti nyatal même Gambia lamin mo fula wala yatinna mo kemenani mela salary soto lami ina mo to nyaati bang iko nyaaton ko le bentol nyaa anu muslimo lam aja halo warade mo kemenani mo fulo me yatinna wol mela salary soto no iko bulo ma sena e tapale yale ke sumaro leke je nyaaton ko kawo tapale ol fasa aka mol fasa ko meli sunaroge fo ayatinna mol me yalo ko wolle be do ko lela karo fata e mela ko do soto no mela jo soto no akela defo sungol sunaro le mel sunar la le mel tumi ko wolle sunaroke i bulo man sena yesin nyaaton ko ka wolle fasa yalo nyimu kula de yalo ko
no to ga nakarman tandola bala elam bañina fo kam fana moldi ngal bal badin al badin be toñin drola al man biya moy ma fa ko yalo momo ni be ku ke alo no luwaka ha luwa dem fo wayke bala mba fa kan janko ni mi si gambe samman wala be kala modi mi yalon kay mol so ko understand ay fu karol la bata la dal long ye lu bula luwa bula tama luwa ken dol min na reka mol empower min na reka janko bay min na reka na tapale bay mol wala ko luwa do
gambe dimulu na banko jibe ngajibe fon fenni tambita sanjitan sawa sanjitan nana ya calculate na balobe nyajire in 1980s 1970s 1990s na balobe nyajila anin bi mbe muna kono na balo kata nyajila anin bi na population of fam all kamune fo nyoma all kamune tandi nyola all kamune nendirike
yeah wala na citizenship the values of a citizenship is on the decline aparaka ba ngado honanta yeah
okay aparaka
Assalamu alaikum Badin. Hello? Assalamu alaikum.
Hello.
Yes, Jumalum.
Mr. Konate ne sama.
Nye jo Jumalum.
Ibrahim
Touré. Jamana. Ekalla mamina tarada mandimba.
Okay. Maduna.
Okay.
Okay. Go. Nda bëgg diamu bari alkante fa kumbolal.
Ndeysaan.
Nte man dara kenn yaring di jaral ben sin green
hako boy ndi nyaman ki woti
pentem bulu sho kono be nyami ni ngami da nyaaju la ka bo nyam ana aflika kuma kama min bulu be min moyla anin min be kerim aka ko yawas tam bake aka ko yawas bari bu ñu atuta banko mol bul do bayri mbe min gono mobe bola nda man kende ate mul do be kende ala di jato fana mul sila ni ataka fuka klika min advice de di mol ta moyle tajela fo ñoo toñaw ni ñoo toro dorom ka kelo tilim mol da mil bela toña kan ani mil be sila kendo kan ngabe to alamul
baraka thank you
baraka
ati fana bende kumbondi nal du kala nga ko to because ndafa na nyaajo feta de so ko ninga banko dingol moy ka fu ñine inyo ko ya fo adu point of the camera dal ko ta ba masota nana fo na diamol ko na janna ko manke kilinde manke fadi ngafo lam ko nin tonya tiol la tonya man dila min bankun titano kala ñoo nene ni muru ngara min bebe kering kabirin tuk yaaje menata ni bulay yaaje me fa kilo do be kilo te ayake ala tajriya do biake ni ñoo si sabalam to ñoo konnante ya ka ñoo ko mul suku mo kam ya suku ka fa tap kana fa ñi man beti ya ñi karke assalamu alaikum baade
Alaikum salam. Mr. Konate, I'm Karilem. I'm command kam Kaban France.
Okay, yes, Mr. Bakari Suare.
Bukar
Suwani hala
Bukar Suwani yeah
Bukar Suwani mbe kontonna baake mbela morlal be kontonna la fa contribute la damne do wolem Gambia la situation oti Gambia kata ali halo la mialon ka koleata baka andu nana audio ki en ngamira kilo baka meta nga fay ko Gambia ndol bem fan soto la sanjuman
absolutely
barabe ko la misa konade because na banko kata nyami yalon Gambian ko man politiko ni banko di yala bondi nyoto
ha
fonga wala bondi nyoto ngana na banko sambano nyato na mirol ta keno la kilindi politiko kono banim banko di yana ta nyanta kala kilintile na banko mira ngaw samba nyato misa kona Gambia dimu fembe bantala be Gambia kanule pour ka Gambia ke fendi banim maso na nyato ngulante Gambia keno la fenti Gambia mu banko di kabrin 1965 kana bila sob regional beke ni ji Gambia lela
mulke wana mo banko jama ke dan ko Gambia mat
bari ni sanji dantan Gambia la fakelo sob regional fana e jongol lati fo yo famne ba because ni ajibe Kenya be kede na political la Kenya la fa Gambia wafila le kadi banko do la ke banko do talti
mune la dalilo to
na dalilo minde wala minde ko Gambia la fenta tati bi
okay
na business o man ken tati na regional trade mfota wala le
okay
yo nadia mo fulanjam mina daminto wala minde ko Kenya min be kering fenki atodum kasa kunda ani brikama area council masakunda nyanta sida ya ko jibe kuba amin Mr. Konate na politiko bondi na dopol kono minyanta banko sambala nyato sate mol ko malla fila alkalo ila fila alkalo na mimbeji minni be politiko to wol ko malla fi alkalo ila fa nyinde won le kije ya besindi politiko kan ngamru ko ma do man inte kuluta brikama kaba fitale nin jawra baadi on le be siri jawra kunda nan le be kaba fita kabilo kono bari ni jawra kundan kol bente lo be nun do ko wala itolu atondi la karamo danta dami jawra do ko le sika dila minimum karam ye metol misra do ko le sika dila ba birin jawra faado mona manene la bundal kon ka fo ko ale nyine soto jawra man sa kunda kon mimman kal tat so munante na atondi because it coming for seni sabale a December na commissioner la bi mimbe sirim brikam because ala friend na moti ay sembota wala pour kany alkalo ni katret kasate molu use mini belarate kam pour ka alkalo ni bonda la place yalo maninya
I mean yalo mo become more force pour kamol mara these days mo ni ndolo understand so ñing ko mi na kala ngamel sate molu fangol nga cross le because nga jere membe keriya ko ni nat le da ya exhaust back so let's see whether ñaton kol they will pay hit or not abutung alma jisuma bona jedo kila barko alma kambiang teben kambiang sabadala sato ñen ko aparaka ba thank you wadi ngolu butung mbeda na la janne for dimanche nala because mbe bor kambira la loto wadi ngal be konton sol cham lamin bobo sanyang ngal fanan sama juma ko take noha bayo omar fati again juma ko take sisla jadama ndera mala best man de sisla ka da football la de get ready Jimmy Lamin ni fanan sama Hyper Mendy sama ni juma ko take ya namolo mo baro Amadou Kante ala baraka bake alba di malamin konate butung diamulo amandia ni nga femme mon dum dama moy kasal sala ko boyndi nyama ngi wot ngana ko bidol biye ko fu nyaajo botela bari butung ma wulo kama min bi jang nyaajo bo kam nyaaji kilo be mo be dala ma usama safu jama dala bi mo muno mo nyaaji odi
la da ko ya fukaro be ko fukaro do balbe bataka mbake do bale man sembentu ya par do bal fara lo korol mi non ko yi ka fu ñoma tapalon ni kala ban don ni say wol fara ko be bulo la wol fana leka ko ngam fam mara ngan na kole mara ikata kel nakaro to ñendir lal han ka be koy man sabar ko man sabar nga ñum fam fon jande nga fam fa yem mo jabe to ñendir gambe banko ka badin le bal ngo ala diamal badin le ye hakilotu because ku kilente la ban andun kubina nibe yibe nakaro lay matu billahi lumbe sile be ni misala ni miso mimbo warala bake ganne ma futal woto ala le badewul yamar ye fata wonde mo bela fanglo ye fata ka toñindiro ke ye fata molla ye fata toñindiro le nakaro ya kanyanta silam ku kilim bam samate da soronto ka ala kanyanta hanbe bi min do wala balande mol tata mol yela kol be election ke mol tambende nyaado be do ko la yibe wol fanan le be frustrated la fara mana mol manam be kere abebe sa fe kanne fen be ke ka be document kanne wallahi al balafa mol ye minalon ko yi hanin ka bi minto ibe fo manam fo setan no minde ba fo manam ba bari be imatu iba kan ron im ke ko ma fale badin le be yilla de imantra tuka woto foy ni badel le beñu ma fa ko dol bi jeeto askino jama bi je badel man trans ñu ko support ka ko so mo fa nan jël ba han ka bi na kana al kana tal al kana give up al kana lam fu al dia moy yaatu ya kanande ana foy de ka bilin say ko ibe min ko ndel data je ha because limba sila nko ngani folo bi netam tamto duna la famele ko fenne be mun kunka fen bebe mi be ke ka bebe sa fe kanne abebe lontana abe lontale faka pare o dunia tamto la fente nukunna anu fenne nata nukunna ko take manam fa kam moy ba wana ne mol mi be la la mera ko be nukunna la mera ko kube wal babe ka abebe lonne ay don tal faka pare abebe sa fere ne is all documented o tala la kiloto al ku kendoke al ku kendo fo ana baraka bak fo wado
Mansarun kilinye birika masuma kunda amudu bojang waye sankarango Mansarun kilinye birika masuma kunda amudu bojang waye sankarango Munala kilinye birika masuma kunda amudu bojang